Ed will be presenting Unit 17, which is Infinitive. I am Om Junyo.
I am Ashraf Shukri.
I am Talson Lazarus.
I am Maxi Bianca.
I am Carlos Nulavi.
Infinitive is the best form of a verb. In English, when we talk about the infinitive, we are usually referring to the present infinitive, which is the most common. Infinitive as subject. For example, smoking is injurious to health. Telling lies can get you into deep trouble. The subject is in ing form. Okay. To infinitive can also act as the subject of a verb. For example, to give advice is easy, and to follow this advice may be difficult. To give and to follow is the subject. Okay. Infinitive as object. For example, I want to eat burger. I as the subject, want as the verb, and to eat as an object. They love to travel, and he likes to exercise. To travel and to exercise is the object.
Infinitive can act as a subject complement. Subject complement is a phrase that describe or explain the subject of a sentence. For example, a teacher's job is to create a desire to learn. To make an infinitive negative, place the word not before to. For example, I want you not to put this off. To avoid repeating an infinitive just mentioned, replace the verb with to. This is called ellipsis. For example, Steve knew that he had to go to work, but he didn't want to. Next, it plus infinitive. As you know, an infinitive is to plus the base form of a verb. You can add the word it to an infinitive. For example, it is foolish for Alice to procrastinate.
Now we move to the next part. The first one is verbs followed by infinitive. Many different verbs are followed by infinitive or can be followed by a second verb in the infinitive. There are two parts of verbs followed by infinitive. The first one is verbs are followed by only infinitive. For example, we all want to have more English classes. So, from this sentence, wanted is the verbs and to have is the infinitive. Then, the second one is verbs are followed by a noun or pronoun plus the infinitive. For example, the professor challenged his student to argue with his theory. So, from this sentence, challenge is the verbs, his is the noun, and to argue is the infinitive. Next, adjective followed by infinitive. Certain adjective can be followed by infinitive. This adjective usually describe people, not things. They often express feeling about the action described in the infinitive. For example, we were happy to come to the end of our journey. So, from this sentence, happy is the adjective, to come is the infinitive.
Next is noun followed by infinitive. A noun is often
followed by an infinitive. When this occurs, the infinitives give information about the noun. Noun plus infinitive often expresses advisability or necessity. For example, Cozumel is a good place to spend a vacation. In this sentence, place is the noun and to spend is the infinitive. Another example is, he can always think of reasons to put off studying. Reasons is the noun and to put off is the infinitive. Next is to or enough with infinitives. The words to and enough are often used before infinitive. To is used in the pattern to plus adjective or adverb plus infinitive. It implies negative result. For example, the project is too complicated to finish on time. The too complicated is to plus adjective or adverb, and to finish is the infinitive. Next is the enough plus infinitive is used after an adjective or adverb. For example, Steve is intelligent enough to understand the situation. Intelligent enough is the adjective or adverb plus enough, and to understand is the infinitive. Enough can be used before a noun and infinitive. For example, there is not enough money to pay for the repairs. Enough money is the enough plus noun and to pay is the infinitive. Enough can also be used after a noun. This usage is formal. For example, there is not money enough to pay for the repairs. Money enough is the noun plus enough and to pay is the infinitive. Also, add for plus a noun or pronoun to show who performs the action of the infinitive. For example, there is not enough money for Jen to pay for the repairs. Enough is enough. Money for Jen is for plus noun or pronoun, and to pay is the infinitive.
Today, we are going to look active infinitive, in which the subject is doing an action plus an infinitive, and passive infinitive, where you are receiving the action. And again, an infinitive is used to plus a base verb. So the example, she plans to invite them. Here, to invite. After the plan, we are always use an infinitive. So for the second sentence, Mike afraid to make mistake. So we know that many adjectives such as afraid can be followed by the infinitive. So here we have active past. So if you would like to talk about an action that a subject did in the past and you have to use an infinitive, the structure you use is to have plus the past participle. So to have is the infinitive in the sentence. For example, you seem to have forgotten your jacket. Seem is the always followed by the infinitive. So you have to use an infinitive after it. For the second sentence, says, I was happy to have finished everything early. So in the sentence, you can see that happy is the adjective, always followed by the infinitive. So in the sentence, to have finished is the infinitive. Alright, let's look at the passive form. Now in passive, the subject basically here, where the object becomes the focus and it receives the action. So in the passive simple, all we are doing is to be plus past participle. So for the first sentence, they are expect to be invited. So in general, they are expect now to be invited. by someone. Passive, they are receiving the action. For the second sentence, we wait to be given instruction. To be given is a passive simple structure of an infinitive. Wait is an adjective, always followed by an infinitive. Finally, let's look at the passive past, which is the longest structure. The structure is to plus have plus been plus past participle. So for the first sentence, we look, I'm happy to have been invited. So the adjective is happy, and happy is the adjective followed by the infinitive. So to have been invited is the passive past structure of an infinitive. For the second sentence, it was honored to have been chosen for the awards. So in the sentence, we can see that it was honored is the past, and to have been chosen is something like past of the past. To have been chosen is the passive past structure of an infinitive.